Hey guys, what's going on? This is your girl Chenelle. Welcome to my channel, Faces by Chenelle. And as you guys can see from the title above, this is going to be my Sephora VIB Rouge haul. I was able to go to Sephora on November 4th and participate in the VIB Rouge Sale, and I picked up some goodies. Super excited to be sharing these with you guys. I actually purchased a lot of my items online the Friday morning because I don't have any patience and I couldn't wait. But however, I was able to go into the store on Friday as well when the sale started because I brought along my mom and two of my best friends to come in and get 20% off the entire store. So this sale happens twice in the year for VIB Rouge members, and if you are a VIB Rouge member, all that simply means is you spend way too much damn money in Sephora. Money that you shouldn't be spending in Sephora, but you do. And if you are a VIB member, you also spend too much money in Sephora. So I am a proud VIB Rouge member, and I was able to pick up some goodies. So these are some products that I've been eyeing for a while. I've been wanting to get them, but I just never got around to getting them, and there's a few new things in here too. So I'm gonna jump right into the haul. So if you're interested in seeing some of the goodies that I've purchased recently, then stay tuned. Okay, so let's jump right into the haul. So a few weeks ago, before the sale, I went ahead and I purchased a few things from Sephora, and I kind of showed you guys this in my last tutorial using the Tartlet Contour Makeup by Shayla contour palette, and that just looks like this. And I was so impressed with that. I also picked up the Master Palette by Mario, and because I played around with this palette and because the eyeshadows were so creamy and buttery and so easy to blend, I was just like, oh my god, I have never purchased the Modern Renaissance palette. And after purchasing this palette, I was like, I need to get my hands on the Modern Renaissance palette. So that is exactly what I did. I purchased the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is what it looks like. It has 14 colors, and that is that. Love this palette. I've already started using it. It has a dual fiber brush and just has these beautiful colors. They're so gorgeous. Love this palette. So I picked up the Modern Renaissance palette. And this palette in Canada is $55, and you got 20% off of that. So I picked up that. I also picked up the Pore Professional, and this is just the primer from Benefit. And everybody and their mama knows about this primer. This is a really good primer. I absolutely love it. I have the small one, the deluxe size one, and I use that for myself. And I have the next small one that I have in my kit. So I decided to purchase a larger size one for my professional kit, and that just looks like this. This is amazing primer. I absolutely love it. So I purchased this as a backup for my kit. Next, I purchased the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray, and this is a long-lasting one. This is the oil-free one. I absolutely love this setting spray. This and the Ben Nye Final Sale setting spray, but I really love this one, so I just purchased the full size of this. I always purchase this little travel size right here, and this is what I usually keep in my professional kit. But I go through these so fast, I decided to get the bigger one, the full size. So let me just show you what that looks like. So this is what that looks like, and I believe this is 39 Canadian, and there was 20% off of this. So couldn't go wrong with that. And this again is for my professional kit. I also picked out the Smashbox Light It Up. And I just thought that this was such a good deal. I love the Smashbox primer. This is one of the main primers that I use in my professional kit for clients, and I love the primer water. I always have the full size, but I started buying the travel size just to condense my kit. So once I seen this holiday set, and I seen it for, I think it was $44 Canadian with 20% off. I'm like, you can't beat it. This primer alone is almost $50, you know, and buying this by itself I think is $21 or so. So getting them together for $44, you really can't go wrong. So this is the original Smashbox Photo Finish foundation primer, and it's oil free as well as a primer water. So I picked this up, which is a bargain in my book. I also picked up the new Makeup Forever Pro Light Fusion highlighter, and this one is in number 2, which is the gold one. And I know they have the sculpting duo highlighter and bronzing or contouring thing kit, but I picked up the new highlighter, and this highlighter is so gorgeous. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. I hope you guys could see that. Look at that. Oh, I really was going to pick up the this number 1. There's one more that I am gonna purchase, but this is just so pretty. Look at that. Like, it's just so pretty. I couldn't resist it. Like, I am a highlighter fanatic. I love me a good highlight. I do. So I had to pick this up. So I grabbed this, and this is definitely going to be my new baby. Super excited about this. So I picked up this from Makeup Forever, and I believe this was, I don't know if it was 46 or 41, or I don't know how much this was, but I mean, I think it came up to $36 or $37 after the 20% off. So I grabbed it. So I picked up 2 eyeshadow palettes. Now these palettes that I picked up were palettes that I really wanted. I had no business picking up any more palettes, but I've been on a real high for palettes lately. I don't know what it is. I have tons of eyeshadows, but I've really been on the search for just, like, I guess the perfect palette for me. But these were palettes that I've had my eyes on for a while. I'm really waiting for that Violet Voss palette to come back in stock, because that Holy Grail palette, I'm waiting for that palette. But these were palettes that I really had my eyes on, that I really wanted to get, so I went ahead and grabbed them as well. So the first one is the Tartlet in Bloom palette. Now, this is a palette that when I go into Sephora, I'm forever swatching, and I'm always like, I'll get it next time, I'll get it next time. But I just couldn't resist. This palette's $54 Canadian. With 20% off, you really can't go wrong. And even if there is no 20%, it's just a beautiful palette. I've seen so many people use this palette, and there's been so many gorgeous looks. I just love this palette. I really do. It's so pretty. The colors are gorgeous. They're right along my alley, like up my alley. I love these neutral colors. There's the perfect shimmer colors. There's the perfect matte colors. Like, they're super pigmented. Like, the colors are just gorgeous. They're super pigmented, super buttery. Like, I just love it. Let me show you, give you a few swatches. Look at that. Just from swatching, look at that. They're gorgeous. So I was able to pick this up. Love this palette. I'm going to do a tutorial or first review with this, because I have not used it yet, and I just think this is a beautiful palette to create like the most gorgeous looks. You could take this in from daytime to nighttime. It's just the perfect palette. I love it. So, and I really like Tarte eyeshadows, so really excited to be getting this and trying this. So this was one of the palettes that I got, and there's great reviews on this palette. So if you're a type of person that wants an everyday eyeshadow palette, but you want a palette that you could transition from day to night, and you're just looking for an overall great palette, this is definitely a good one. And the last palette I got, and really the last item that I got, is the Urban Decay Ultimate Basics palette, and this is an all matte palette. Now, I have heard so much mixed reviews on this. Like, I have so much of the Urban Decay palettes. I have 1 and I have 3. I did not get 2, but I could tell you honestly, I barely touched this palette. Barely. I had it in my kit because I bought it for my kit, but I still have the plastic on it. Like seriously, I still have the cover for it. I've bought this palette like when it first came out, and I used it maybe like 1 or 2 times. I've swatched it, but I've used it like 1 or 2 times. It's a beautiful palette. I just don't gravitate to it. So I took it out, I pulled it out of my kit because I don't use it at all. And here is the Naked One palette. Now this is a beautiful palette as well, but I don't use it all the time. And if I do use it, I mainly just use this color, which is Half Baked, which I have the single eyeshadow for it. So I don't know why I decided to get the Naked Ultimate Basics palette, but you know what? I always watch the Fancy Face. She is like probably the #1 person I watch for in-depth reviews, because she just keeps it so real with reviews and, you know, showing you swatches. And she had a video on the Urban Decay Basic palette, and the shadows just look so buttery and creamy and so gorgeous. And when I went into the store, I swatched it and I'm like, I want it. So I think this is a great palette if you want a neutral palette, but an everyday palette as well, and you are a matte lover. Now, just off of the packaging alone, just take a minute. Yes, this palette is so gorgeous. Like, I just can't. I can't. It's so pretty. But other than the package being so gorgeous, you get this huge mirror, which I love, and you get all these eyeshadows, and you get a little brush too. So you get all these eyeshadows that are like stunning. Like, look at that. Perfect neutral eyeshadows. You still get a few pops of color in there. Like, it's just a beautiful palette, and these swatch beautifully. Like this this color, which was called Extra Bitter, which is that orangey color, it's just so pretty. And my hand is full of swatches, but look at that, they're just so nice. And there's this Lethal color. It's like a purpley brown. That color is gorgeous too. That color is nice. And like I said, they're super pigmented. So I purchased this palette as well for the mattes and the neutrals in it. And I'm really excited to play around with this. Now, I swatched them in store and I played around with them in store, but I'm really excited to actually do a look with it. So I probably will do a first impressions of this palette as well. And share with you guys my thoughts of this palette, if I think it's worth it or not. If not, then it's going right back. But for right now, I think I'm gonna love it. So that was the things that I picked up. So I hope you guys like this video. If you've got anything from the VIB Rouge sale, or you're planning to get anything from the VIB sale, let me know down below some of the items that you want to try or that you've been dying to get your hands on. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah!